In this video we are going to talk about the Vim text editor. Vim is a clone of a very old Linux text editor called VI, and it's not just a clone, it actually brought a lot of improvements to the original tool. It is available by default on all major Linux distributions, and it might not be what you think if you are used to text editing in the Windows world, because this text editor doesn't have menus. It instead uses text commands for you to do different actions, and it has multiple modes of operation. You can't just edit text files as soon as the program has started, but we will see in a later slide. And here we go. So Vim has more modes of operation than only one, like we are used, for example, in Notepad. In Windows, when you open Notepad, we can start editing text from the get-go. When you open Vim, you are first put into the normal mode. So this is the default mode. And very important, text cannot be edited in this mode. But you can issue different commands by using character keys. For example, if you do something and you want to undo what you did, you can type U and the changes will be reverted. Also, if you type X, you will delete the current character. So I said you can't edit text by typing on the keyboard and pressing backspace and things like this, but you can use different commands to delete characters or delete words and the sort. If you are in any other mode than normal mode, if you want to go back to normal mode, you can just hit escape. Now let's actually go to why we want to use Vim, which is text editing. The insert mode is the mode that will allow you to edit text, and you can enter it by pressing I. There are also other possibilities that we will see in a later slide, but the main key that you can use to enter insert mode is I. And like I said previously, to exit insert mode, press escape. And as you see from the picture I put here, you know you are in insert mode when you see this in the lower left of the screen. Now there are more modes than I will present in this video, but these three are the main ones, and the third that I want to show you is the command mode. You can enter the command mode from the normal mode by pressing the column key. And in this mode you can give Vim different commands. For example, you can type H to get help on what to do in Vim, or you could type Q to exit the program, or you could type W to save your changes. And like always, to exit this mode, just press escape. Now before I show you how to use Vim, I want also to give you some details about each mode so that you have them here if you want to reference them. In the normal mode, which does not allow you to directly edit text, you can use the arrow keys to move around in the text document. You can use X to delete the current character, so the character that is selected by the cursor at the moment. You can also jump ahead word by word using W, or jump backwards word by word using the B key. If you want to delete, for example, a word, you can type quickly one after the other D and W, and if you want to delete a whole line of text, you can type DD. If you made a mistake, which could happen, we are all human by the way, you can use U to undo your changes. And a nice thing to have is that also you can search for keywords in the text file. Just type slash and then enter the keyword that you want to search for and press enter. It will start searching for that word. Okay, so let's talk about insert mode now. And like I said, you can use I to enter insert mode, but there is also another way. So I just takes you to the current place where the cursor is now. If you press A, then it will start one character after the cursor, and if you press O, it will insert a new line below the cursor. If you use Shift and O, it will insert a new line and start from there above where the cursor is at the moment. And finally, in command mode, I also said previously, you can use W to save, Q to quit, or you can combine them to save and quit at the same time. So now let's see how to use Vim. To open Vim and also create a new file, just type Vim and then a file name. And now we are in the program, and like I said, when the program first opens, it will be in normal mode. This means that if I would type any characters, it will not write them in the file. And I will try now. And as you can see, nothing happened. Okay, so since we don't have anything, let's jump into insert mode and add a couple of lines to the file. Press I, and now you see we are in insert mode. Now I wrote a couple of files. If I press escape, I will jump back to normal mode. Now I'm again in normal mode, and using the arrow keys I can navigate through the text, as you can see here. If I press, for example, X now, it will delete the T character. And if I press U, it will revert the change. If I go back to the beginning of this line and press DW, it should delete the word. Let's revert. And here where we have multiple words, if I go to the second one, for example, and press DW, you see that it deleted only one word. If I were to press DD, it deleted the whole line. I can also try the search. For example, let's press slash and search for test3. Now let's also try out the command mode. Press the column key and let's press W to save the file. And you see that 40 characters were written. Press again the column key and let's quit the file. And we are back to our shell. If we want to edit the file again, just open the file and we are taken back to this text file at the beginning of the file, and we are again in normal mode. If we, for example, would want to enter a new line altogether, I could press O, and now you see that it brought me to a new line under the current line. I don't want it, so I will head back. I could also press Shift and O, and like I said, now it took me above where my cursor was. And if I just, for example, make any modification and want to exit without saving, I can enter normal mode, then enter command mode and press Q. And you see that it tells me that I have changes and I have to add the exclamation mark to override, meaning that I want to exit without saving. So if I type it like this. Now we are back to our shell and the file has not been saved. That was it for working with Vim. This was not a very in-depth look because I just wanted you to get a feel of how the program works, especially since it's so much different from the mindset that you would have from working with Notepad on Windows. I would suggest that you try it out at least to know the basics, so that you ever need to use it, at least you know those and you can start from there. If this video was useful for you, then please leave a like and share it, and subscribe if you want to get notified of when I put out new videos. Thanks a lot for watching.